You got it?
Got it. Sorry, what'd you say again?
I'm a dead crab.
A pretty decent live-action adaptation from Disney. This will be my review of The Little Mermaid. It was an honor and privilege to be invited to the premiere or advanced screening of The Little Mermaid over at SM MOA. For the most part, this video will be spoiler-free, but this is the thing. It's actually a very difficult video to create because, again, it's an adaptation. And I have to say this right off the bat for this review. This is a pretty spot-on, by-the-book adaptation of the animated film. Not a lot of things were changed in the flow, in the format, but there were some things that I actually appreciated with this film because it allowed expansion of the story. Because the thing is, I'm watching again the animated film, and kita ko it's almost the exact same thing. There are a couple of details, a couple of dialogues, and things that were emphasized, like the tension between the the undersea world, and the human world. The tension for the live-action film felt more intense. There are a couple of details that were changed, but I love that there were moments for the film to actually dig deeper into some of the big moments, or maybe not really big, but even some of just the lay-low moments of what makes The Little Mermaid amazing. An example of this would be Eric. I think Eric was the one who had a lot of time to grow and shine. There were moments that it really expanded and really explained who he is. There was a bit more like a bigger treatment for him, but it wasn't in a way na ma-overpower or overshine si Ariel. Beyond that as well, we got moments that were really just authentic looking for, in my opinion. I think it actually comes in the second half of the film when Ariel goes into the above world. I don't know what you really call it, but really the human world, and she mingles with people. Well, not really mingles because she has no voice. She interacts with a lot of people, and I love those moments. It was simple, but I think it was just a nice tweak or touch. So that's the thing. There's a tension kasi with a live-action adaptation. You want it to be, and I'm gonna expound more on this in another video that I'm making as we speak. But let me just give you a little sneak peek on that tension. You wanna get the goods from the original, but you also want to add something of value, but not really tear what fans loved about the original animated film. The Little Mermaid plays around with it pretty decently. I mean, in terms of the story alone, I think there wasn't any big deviations from the first film or the original. So there was a little bit of tweaks that added certain value to it story-wise. The animation for me, I want to talk about this now and get it over with, because this is one of my biggest concerns for The Little Mermaid. This one felt like the least prepared, or it wasn't all together because the animation style was kind of confusing. It felt like it wanted to dive into something realistic, but also cartoonish. Sebastian and Flounder, they felt like, yes, it was on the side na mukhang realistic crab or flounder. They wanted to go to the realistic route, probably like The Lion King, but it also felt like it's not the most realistic looking kind of fish. A lot of the sea creatures didn't really look all that appealing. I also didn't like the big Ursula transformation. It felt weird. It felt like, honestly, I think opinion ko, it looked like one of those monsters from Attack on Titan. Yun yung pumasok sa utak ko. It's like, it looks weird. It was choppy animation. So that was one of my biggest concerns. Now, in terms of music, when you go into a Disney film like this is actually one of the movies in the Disney animated world that people would go wild for, or that was really big in terms of its music. And for the most part, these main songs were really good. Part of Your World gave me goosebumps, from the big chunk of Part of Your World down to the reprise, or whatever you call it, reprise? Basta yun. And I have to give props to Halle Bailey for this one. She's really good. She owns the role. I think she's one of the best casting for a Disney princess. Yes, she's not the most accurate looking. I know people have been commenting about that, but in terms of owning up the role of Ariel, she did a fantastic job. And her vocal ability is just amazing. She knows how to play around with it. So yeah, the big songs, Under the Sea, down to Kiss the Girl, were really fun moments. I didn't like that one song with Prince Eric. It was his only song, I think, and it was his ballad, his moment to expound on his character again. It was a bit pitchy for me. I don't think it was the best vocally, but then lyrically, it was necessary. I love what the lyrics were saying. I just didn't like the performance of it all. And in terms of the cast, David Diggs as Sebastian was great. There was no performance actually that was underwhelming or that wasn't great. Melissa McCartney, ang galing din. I mean, she looks like the role. She looks like the part. I think she did pretty great here. She's funny and creepy all at the same time. Now, the tone and mood of the film, admittedly, isn't the most upbeat like the original. There's a seriousness to it. There's not really a slow pacing, but it's more of not that like always happy vibes to it. I think it was great at some points. It's not really dark kasi, hindi naman din siya dark toned. But it felt like there's a more serious manner with which the story is being told, even referencing mythological connections between King Triton and the human world and all of these things. Overall, the film was actually pretty good. So far, the Disney live action films, it's somewhere in the middle still. I mean, there's not, I think, a super great live action film that really blew my mind. The Little Mermaid, although it has its faults, it has its ups as well, it's somewhere in the middle. It's just great. There were enough things that were good about this film that it deserves an 8 out of 10. Is it the best for a Disney fan? I think you'll be all right with it. You'll be a fanboy or fangirl with everything that goes on here. That's pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're up to date whenever I drop a video here on the channel. That's it for me. Once again, my name is Avram, signing off for now. Ta-ta. See you again. Ta-ta. God bless. Stay safe. Peace out.